that we believe will make it to the next level, and he had a couple of choices to go to college. He actually chose Xavier, and that was Kyle Doherty, and he's going to go try to walk on there at that school, and I think he has an excellent opportunity to get on there. And I'm going to push him a little bit, and I think Jordan Chandler, although he hasn't decided if he's going to walk on somewhere, I think Jordan has the ability to walk on as well. Both Kyle and Jordan are playing on Legion this year. Jordan's one of the leading hitters so far in the first 3 games. Kyle's doing well too. So we'll see where that goes. They just got done playing in an all-star game. Where was it? Yeah, Sheridan. And they did very well. Their team won. They actually moved those 2 guys up to 3A and 4A competition because of their level of success during the year. Kyle got a hit. Jordan got a hit. Jordan put the ball in play every time, and Kyle did a great job in the field as he usually does. So very pleased there. We also have 3 all-conference winners with us, Kyle, Jordan, and David. Obviously, David's not here, but David got the pitching award honors, and Kyle and Jordan got in for the offensive and defensive play. So pretty good considering where we're at and the competition that we had in the ORVC. We were the second most players of all the teams that had. Rising Sun had 4, we had 3. Everybody else had 2. So it's pretty nice to have that happen for the year. With that, obviously, you always come over adversity sometimes during the year, and we always seem to have an injury. And you know, when I was thinking about some things to say today, is one of the things, if you ever ask a question to a crowd, it's always good to know the answer before you ask it. And I absolutely know the answer, and that only one person probably is going to answer is, when I ask the question, who got a new truck in the last 1.5 or 2 years and then ran himself over with that truck? Raise your left hand.
I know the answer.
There we go. We got it up. Brandon Callis is just, he's fun to be around. Brandon is full speed all the time and wants to do as much as he possibly can. And you know, you can tell that baseball is one of his passions in his sports. And unfortunately, Brandon had an unfortunate accident. Was pretty lucky, actually. Glad to still have him here when he had a mishap with his truck, and that put him out for what should have been the whole season. He wasn't going to take that. He pushed the doctors, he pushed the coaches, he pushed Mr. Sims. I think he even tried to get in a little bit earlier than he should have. But Brandon came back after he ran his elbow over with his truck, put it out of his socket and through his skin. And he came back before the halfway mark in the season. And Brandon did a great job. He filled in at third base, did outstanding there, made a key play in our sectional win against Jacksonville when the ground was wet at 12:20 in the morning. And he and Grayson saved the game for us. And that was a big deal. So he was just a great add to that. You know, talking about another senior, Excel Rios, and you know, here Coach talked about him earlier about his rhythm and what he does before the games. And you know, if you don't know Excel, he needs to do those same things every game. And it was a pleasure to have him on the team this year. And he filled a spot out in left field that you know, there was nobody that could compete against him out in left field. He made some plays that we didn't think he could get to when the ball was hit. So you know, Excel, it was a pleasure to have you on the team. So, and we got a couple others on the team that we have here showing up today. Jordan Wetworth, and you know, it's always great to ask a lot of questions, but I've never had a kid ask so many questions as Jordan over the past couple of years. And excuse me, but that's really good because he's always willing to learn and trying to make it to the next level. So very pleased with that. And then of course Kyle Wisman, who's probably our most improved player this year. From last year to the end of this season, he has improved tremendously on both his hitting and his fielding. So he's a kid that wants to learn all the time and always move forward. So real pleased with that. So excuse me, I got a little cold. last player I want to talk about tonight that's here is Jesse Ball. Jesse's a very special player. As I tell the kids always, and one of the keys to the success this year was our mental attitude and our ability to overcome. And I always tell the kids, if you screw up or you goof up, don't worry, you're going to get yelled at, okay? But you don't have to worry if it's going to end after that inning because we move on. And the thing I tell the kids is don't let it affect your next play. Don't hang your head. Move on. It's all right to get mad. Use that anger in a good way to make yourself better. And, Jesse was one of those kids that could do that. And, no matter what happened to him out in the field, he'd get mad, for sure, but he wouldn't let it get him down. And, that's the reason that I nominated Jesse for the Mental Attitude Award in the ORVC. Unfortunately, Withard from Southwestern got that, but Jesse finished second. So very proud of Jesse making that, and pleased with the effort that he put forward this year on that side. So, Coach, you have anything? Okay. That's one thing I do want to mention is, with this group, it's so nice to have a good coaching staff, and Lee has been a tremendous assistant coach. He's been there every day. He's been there when I couldn't be there. I'm fortunate to, have the Groties as my employer that, a lot of my job is traveling, and they allow me to do this job and miss a little bit of work and not be there. So when I'm not there, Lee's there, and if Lee's not there, we need something, Cameron's there. Cameron Willoughby is a tremendous asset to the program because there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen behind the scenes, fundraising, organizing, getting everything put together, managing a lot of the activities, and Cameron did all that. I mean, he did it to the best he could and to a T. So I'm very pleased to have Cameron on the staff, and thank you very much, Cameron. Appreciate it. Of course, we have Blake Deucer, who helps out when he can. He's got a job that he travels a lot too, so he was here about half the time, but when he was here, it was very productive, and appreciate him. And then, of course, some of the players' favorite is Mr. Kring. Bob is a tremendous asset to the program. He was an ex-pro baseball scout, and he certainly helped us with a lot of techniques and a lot of guidance on the game of baseball. So Bob's got to work tonight, but he holds a special place in all our heart, and all the kids know. And Bob is usually a pretty personal guy, but likes to keep things in and not share them. But Bob is battling cancer right now, and so I'm a firm believer that the more prayers and the more people that think about him and take it to the man in charge up there, the better we're all off. And so Bob is battling cancer, and I think he's doing a good job, of what the doctors are telling him, and he's keeping a great attitude. So if everybody could keep him in your prayers, we certainly would appreciate that. But hey, all right. Did you win? All right, you did win. Good. You missed all the good stuff. So, glad to have Luke here. So again, without Luke, Luke was one of our utility players that he'd play anywhere we want him. I even think towards the end of the season we put him in at first base a couple times. So I think he played just about every position. And again, you can't make it anywhere unless you have two core pitchers, and Luke was one of our core pitchers. And like I said before, he was the best hitter in the second half of our season. So with that, sorry to take so long, but I'm going to miss these guys. These guys are very special to me, and I know the rest of the coaching staff, and it's not going to be the same without them. And the legacy that they leave, it was important to myself and Tim when we started the baseball program again 4 years ago, was to bring Shawe back to where it was kind of when we left, because it was kind of depleted. at that point, and these guys have helped bring it back to that level. And so we're going to keep that level going forward.